Sometimes it's tragic, it's so problematic. People are crying for it, people are dying for it. Always.
Hello and welcome back to Actually Let's Talk About It with me, your host Lily, and today y'all, we are going to get into Usher and H.E.R's Risk It All official music video. Y'all. Okay. Ooh, okay. It's from the Color Purple soundtrack. Yes, I have not yet seen the movie. I didn't see the original Color Purple. I might not really see this new one, but I love me a good soundtrack, so I love me Usher and I love me some H.E.R, so here we are. So yeah, y'all, we're gonna get straight into this reaction, but before we do, we're gonna have our moment of solidarity with the indigenous peoples all around the world, specifically in the regions of the Congo, Palestine, and Sudan, mainly because there's a lot of not cool things happening right now in these regions, and I've talked about it extensively on the channel, and I will link the links down below so you can educate yourself further. But just know that this channel, myself, and my Patreon will always stand for a free Congo, a free Palestine, and a free Sudan, and justice for Congolese people, justice for Palestinian people, and justice for Sudanese people who are being affected by the greed of neo-colonialist governments, the greed of capitalist tech companies, the greed of, again, neo-colonialist governments who are trying to steal land and steal resources and intimidate and kill and harm those who don't allow them to do that are natives to the regions. So that is what is going on. That is what is happening. That is why we are seeing the news, and not necessarily the news, but really I'm listening to people who are actually in these regions, people from the Congo, people from Palestine, people from Sudan, and I'm believing them over anything that any government is going to say, over anything that any news channel is going to say, because they are the truth, they are living it, and they have no reason to lie. And that's it, and that's all. So it's going to be free Congo, free Palestine, and free Sudan over here in these parts, and that is it, and that is all. And if you got a problem with it, well, that is really on you, and you need to work that out with yourself. Okay, that's it, that's all. And so now that we have had our moment of solidarity with the indigenous people all around the world, we're going to give our lovely patrons on Patreon their shout out, and then we're going to get into this music video. So the first patron shout out does go out to Genoviva, the second patron shout out does go out to Clover Me, the third patron shout out does go out to Sammy, the fourth patron shout out does go out to AL, the fifth patron shout out does go out to Kalia, the sixth patron shout out does go out to Anthus, and the seventh patron shout out does go out to Lintu. I want to thank you all so much for your support on the channel. It really does mean the world to me. And yeah, y'all, without further ado, we're going to get into it and see what exactly Usher and H.E.R got in store for us. Because I'm excited. I want to see what they got. So what they going to do for us? Okay, what they going to sing about here? Come on.
Like a condition, like a religion, so easily mistreated, it's every decision. Sometimes it's heaven, sometimes it's heaven. It's overcomplicated, but baby, I don't mind. Feeling like I'm bound to fall.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Close my eyes, baby, I will risk it all. Yeah. Sometimes it's tragic, it's so problematic. People are crying for it, people are dying for it. Always the reason we something that leaves us certain. It's worth it, I don't mind. Feeling like I'm bound to fall. Close my eyes, baby, I will risk it all. Just to be loved, be loved. I just wanna be loved, be loved.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, wow.
I don't mind feeling like I'm about to fall.
Come on.
Oh, baby, I close my eyes. Baby, I will risk it all. I don't mind feeling like I'm bound to fall. Baby, I would risk it all, just to be loved, be loved.
That's beautiful. Damn, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. Wow, like y'all, the way that they use contemporary dance, and specifically Black dancers in contemporary dance, to showcase the beauty, the vulnerability of being in love and what it meant at the time that the movie Color Purple takes place to be Black and in love. And I'm like, the gravity of it, the weight of it, the tragedy of it at times as well. And it is such an important part because, like sometimes people don't want to like look at certain things because it reminds you of things in the past that weren't so pleasant. Sometimes you don't want to go back into those times necessarily, but it is so important to remember the love that Black people had for one another, the love that we have as Black people for one another, the love that our ancestors had for one another when they were living in these times of uncertainty, to be Black and in love and enslaved. The tragedy of that, to be Black and in love and in the era of Jim Crow and Reconstruction. How hard that was. You know what I'm saying? And to still find your joy, to still keep loving in spite of all that was going on, in spite of all that could really go up in smoke. That's why they were crying at the end, because this is a time that we've been redeemed from because of the work our ancestors did. But just to be able to be Black and in love the way we are now is a privilege that our ancestors didn't get to have. And so that's what makes this song so, in a way, a masterpiece and heartbreakingly beautiful, because, yeah, like you don't think about things like that all the time, but we really should sit down with ourselves as Black people especially and just realize how fortunate we are. Can things be better? Hell yes, they could be better. Especially if you're in the States. Hell yes, they could be better. But compared to what our ancestors had to go through, like compared to that, the uncertainty that they lived through and still fell in love, still loved people, still got married, still had kids in that uncertainty, you know, that is something to be applauded. That is something that is a triumph. And that is something that is motivation for us to continue even when we think that we are at our breaking point. I'm like, I'm going to remember that strength. I'm going to remember that resilience. I'm going to remember that despite everything, love does conquer all. And it can conquer all fear. It can move heaven and earth. And as Black people, we going to be where we deserve to be. And that's it, and that's all. And I'm like, and I love that. And I love that that's kind of like what the song was saying. We're going to risk it all for our people, for the love. It's not just romantic love, it's for the love of your people, for the prosperity of your people, for the justice of your people, to fight the injustice that tries to come our way, to fight the racism that tries to come our way. We're willing to risk it all. And that's just, maybe it's an ancestral spirit. I don't know, maybe. But it's just something that is without question what any one of us would do. And I find it beautiful. I love that. And so I love this. I'm like, I knew Usher and H.E.R would do it, but I didn't know it would be this beautiful like this. I didn't know it would be a masterpiece like this. Like, I hope they win an award for this. Like, it's really that song. So yeah, y'all, that is my reaction to Usher and H.E.R Risk It All. If y'all stayed all the way to the end of the video on my ramblings, I want to thank y'all so much for watching. If you're watching this video on YouTube and you're a subscriber on the channel, I want to thank you so much for being a subscriber. If you're watching this video on YouTube and you have yet to subscribe to the channel, do not forget to subscribe to the channel if you would like to support the channel further. And last but most definitely not least, a big round of applause once again, and a big shout out and a big thank you to the patrons on Patreon. Y'all, your support is so very much appreciated. And I will be back relatively soon with another reaction. But until then, y'all, I will see you on the next video. Bye.